of youth bowling, featuring the area's top young bowlers. Brought to you by Pepsi and the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company. Have a Pepsi Day. And now here's your host, Jack Moran.
Thank you, George Winters, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our very first VPA Youth King of TV Bowling. And our inaugural today is coming your way from Glenn Schmidt's Lanes in Newport, Kentucky. This is the program we have been waiting for and the youngsters have been waiting for many, many years. As you know, this is called a handicap tournament, the youth. But when you hear me give you the scores here in just a few moments as we introduce our bowlers, you'll see these boys do not need handicaps. The youngsters you're looking at and you'll be seeing for the next 5 weeks are our stars of the future. And many of our bowlers on King of Bowling and King and Queen got their start in the Youth Bowling Association. Now, as I mentioned, handicap. Listen to these scores. Here in qualifying, our number one qualifier had a scratch of 749. And he had a 6-pin handicap, 755. I've seen his name in honor rolls more times than you got fingers and toes. Alan Downs, ladies and gentlemen. Where do you see these youngsters turn that ball? Number 2, his scratch was only 643. He has 69 pins handicap. Why, I'll never know, which gave him a 712. Bob Shoemer, our number 2 qualifier. To my immediate right, this little fellow rolled a 674 scratch, 30 pins, giving him 704. Gary Grieber, ladies and gentlemen. Now that offensive tackle there down to my right, there was a roll-off just a few moments ago between Dana Hadden and Don Bryant. Now, they had a 695 total. Dana had a 608. Don had a 632 with handicaps that gave him 695. Just a few moments ago, they had a roll-off, and you know we almost had another tie. 1 pin made the difference, 198 to 197, and the winner was Dana Hadden, ladies and gentlemen. And Don, come out here a second. Here's the young man who was also in that roll-off. I didn't see you over here in the corner. And he's going home tonight, and he's going to shoot the eyes out of that 9-pin because it cost him the match. That's Don Bryant there to my extreme right. Well, there you have the talent who's going to be on our very first program. And believe me, I'm just as thrilled as these youngsters to have this program, and I hope we have it for many, many years to come. It'll be Dana and also Gary here in match 1. But before we get underway and start the balls rolling, we want to thank those very good people who made this all possible. The makers of that delicious soft drink, the one who gives everybody, including these bowlers, more bounce to the ounce, Pepsi-Cola. Go, gentlemen.
It's so wonderful to make a child's dream come true. It's a moment of love, joyous sensation. Come on and have a Pepsi day. Come on and taste the Pepsi way. Come on and have a Pepsi day.
What makes bowling so much fun? Just being there for one thing and knocking down the pins and feeding your taste and having a good time and slurping your drink and everything. What makes bowling so much fun? Gosh, you do! You'll roll with laughter. Come on in this weekend or after school.
Get a party together at your nearby BPA lanes. Call now for open play times.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. The youngsters get their chance to display their talents here at Glenn Schmidt's, the start of BPA youth king of bowling. And boy, these boys, I'm telling you, they are phenomenal. This is Gary Grieber, qualified with a 674 scratch, a 704 with handicap. We're underway. What a way to start. You know, it's amazing, Sam, how relaxed these boys are, too.
They act like a bunch of pros to me.
Now, look at these names. 16 years of age. Here's a young man here. Let's see. He's the old man. He's 18. Dana Hadden. He starts with a big one.
This Gary Grieber and this Alan Downs went to George Pappas' school up in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, so they should be pretty sharp.
I don't know why they call this handicap for these bowlers, because those scores are phenomenal.
They could roll 304, maybe. That'd be unusual.
Dana, who won the roll-off with Don Bryant, has kicked that old 7-pin out of there. As I mentioned at the very outset, when we were introducing the bowlers, also sitting in with us today, and she'll be doing some commentary on the second and third matches, is Diane McMullen-Felton. I'm just going to call her Diane, but you've seen her on the professional tour. The pin that Sam says nobody ever misses. A very enthusiastic crowd here at Glenn Schmidt's to see this, too.
Oh, very good, Jack. Every time we come over, we have good. By the way, Hadden has 49 in the first now, Jack, so you know.
Oh, well, I'm going to put that handicap at the end. When they see the score sheet, I'm going to mark mine the way we always did from scratch, Sam. I'll add the handicap later.
This kid here, he bowls on Kingpin's Junior Traveling League champions. They average 9-10 in the Traveling League.
Gary, incidentally, has a 10-pin handicap for this match. Dana Hadden has 29 pins. He's trying for a turkey. Not quite enough, and he has that old sleeper down there. Look at the shoes that Gary has on, those silver shoes.
Something like Timmy Hale from Middletown, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Timmy had silver and gold.
I think that's the blind the other opponent, I believe.
There you see the setup he has. A 2-8. He's got a sleeper back there. That's the way to cover it. So right now, Gary would have 59. I have him with 49. With 10 pins total. I'm going to let you keep the handicap, Sam. I'm not used to keeping the handicap.
Well, you're not.
Mm-mm. Well, Dana's going to get a re-rack as a pin fell. In that roll-off.
Channel, Jack. A pin in the channel, they call it.
In the channel.
Yeah.
No longer do you say in the gutter.
No.
It's the channel.
The language has changed.
It has changed, Diane.
Di says the language has changed. I believe her. The Traveling League's got their party out at the farm this afternoon, Jack, from 12 to 3.
Look at these youngsters roll that ball, huh?
I don't think they're camera shy, I don't believe.
None of it. I have had a long talk with them before. Now, there you see it. See how it is? 38-58. That's including the handicap. And 69 a strike. Dana has 29 pins handicap. But as I reiterate, why these boys deserve handicap, they are too good. They are just too good.
Come on, captain, captain.
That first match, the roll-off, which we had prior, Sam, I thought we were going to have another tie.
I believe it. We're noted for ties.
Don Bryant left of all pins. He left the 9, needed it for a tie, and blew it to lose by a pin. 98, 198 to 197. Dana going outside.
Jack, we're going to have the finals of this at Crossgate, and starting next Saturday at Crossgate, we're going to have the 3-man traveling over there. Now we got the champion of champions, ladies divisions at Brentwood, and the There's no finals at all, and then Billow Pinhouse and Northwest for the qualifiers for the men. And the finals will be June the 16th at Harrison Bowl.
Loaded with information today, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Di says we're loaded for bear or something.
Yeah, the program for the next 5 weeks brought you away from those very good people at Pepsi-Cola. More bounce to the ounce. Here's that 6'10" shot. Look at that ball hang down. This is something. And the turnout, Sam, I understand, has been phenomenal.
We had 252 the first week, 233 yesterday. And these kids, look, they come up out of their floorboards the way they throw that ball. Beautiful. Fantastic.
First program here at Glenn Schmidt's in Newport, Kentucky. Next week we'll be at Milford Bowl. Come in the back door? Nope, he didn't.
In that champion and champion, Jack, the third place teams are eligible, so bring your average sheets from the May to 15th and to be eligible to bowl.
There you see it. The 2-pin, which Gary needs. Sam would say, I knew it when it went down.
Well, certainly. You knew it when it...
The fellow two gentlemen you saw down there in the front will tell you about it.
What do you think about these kids, Di?
Well, I'll tell you, they're coming out. But that's the way to start, is this junior program is super. It allows the kids to get the competition and to learn the correct way to bowl.
That's right.
And it's important for the kids now to realize that they do have the scholarships to shoot for. It's come a long way since I was a junior. And you learn the proper way and you can't go far.
Very good, very good.
Well, we have another 2-pin down there, Sam. That's been our pet pin so far today. Our two gentlemen sitting down there are representing the Pepsi-Cola Company. Bell Vogt, the Northern Kentucky District Manager, and also Jim Floyd, who is the Operations Manager. They're here in attendance today, watching the very first program. There you see it. 95 a spare, 108 a spare. Remember, this is handicap. Good ball, Dana.
Jack, talking about the handicap, we were talking to the crowd before we went on, and nobody in the crowd wanted to challenge these kids. That was funny.
You're so right, Diane, so right. Watch Gary's delivery, and watch how he strokes that ball and gets it very smooth at the line. Ooh, got a break, tipping that pole.
That was a ooh-ah. No, it's true, but as I was saying, they learn the proper way. They have the coaching, and I've traveled with some of the older Hall of Famers in the ABC, and they say, boy, you youngsters have all the advantages because you learn the right way. They do have coaches, and it's showing in the junior bowling. The products that are coming out of the junior bowling is phenomenal.
Well, it's phenomenal what we've seen thus far, and also with Sam, what we have seen, and Diane, both the scores these youngsters have turned out. In fact, we got a young lady on the program next week who qualified, Patty Neese.
Yeah, she's a brother of Tommy Neese, bowled in the best ball with Diane Cushman.
Mm-hmm. Now look at the way these youngsters, you can see the schooling they've had, starting in that youth foundation. Look at that ball, solidly under. Sam, that YBA and Diane, it's turned out such phenomenal bowling.
Well, we've had some fine bowlers like Ronnie Weber, Hank Hetz, all these fellows come up out of that Youth Bowling Association.
No, it's important for all the youth bowlers out there watching this today is to take note of how they get themselves set and how they take their time, because it is important. It helps your concentration. It gets you locked in on your target rather than just racing up there and rolling the ball anywhere. You know, take note and watch how these kids are really concentrating. It's important.
And they're relaxed. I said, now, you're going to go on television, boys. Don't panic. Take your time. Take a deep breath. That's what they're doing.
They are. they have no fears. They don't know what getting excited in the pressure of bowling. They're just out there relaxed and trying to do the best they can.
You know, Dana's from right over in this neck of the woods. He's from Fort Thomas, or rather Newport. Grand Avenue. I always want to call that for it, but it's in Newport. So he's a local boy competing here. Oh, we got the first split.
Technically, Jack, Dana's up by 23 pins right now.
23, the man you're looking at right now, the young man you're looking at, all 18 years of age. That is the maximum limit for being eligible, isn't it, Sam?
That's right.
18.
And the youngest is 13, so it ranges from 13 to 18 years of age.
Hey, he's open.
Come on, Gary, take the shot, buddy. Get right back on now.
Gary, who averages 186 in league competition, 186. Up there right now on lane 6. Comes high.
Some of the bowlers out there who are striving to be as good as these guys someday might want to know what Gary's high game is. It's 278 from his fact sheet, as well as averaging 186. So these kids have knocked down a lot of pins.
And they know how to cover those spares, too.
Right, they know how to adjust to pick them up. They're moving cross lane, shooting cross alley at them.
So here's the big frame. The 9th frame, the foundation frame, as we like to call it.
Jack Hayden's up about 14 pins right now.
Gary needs the big one right here. That should have been.
He rolled the ball super, he really did.
That was there, Sam.
Yeah, he's got a good roll on the back, Chip. Good speed and everything for this condition here.
Gary from Norway Court in Cincinnati, Ohio.
We have our new president down there, too, Jack, Les Horseman.
I see him sitting down there. We'll mention all the celebrities sitting here. Talking about Gary, he goes to Glen Estee High School. He's in the 11th grade. And Dana, who's up there right now, goes to Newport High. With a chance to pad that lead. Comes on the other side. Leaves that 5-9.
A lot of the bowlers also, besides bowling, they also have lots of other hobbies that they're interested in. They're in basketball and electronics and all sorts of outdoor sports. They're all around good athletes.
Like Dana here likes softball besides bowling, and Gary, who he likes everything in sports. Baseball, fishing, basketball. And he says building electronic equipment. So they not only have the ability to perform on the lanes, they have the brains to go with it.
Right.
All scholars. Well, the slight delay was the return of the ball of Dana, which was down in the pit. He wants this conversion and needs it badly. They must have been watching King of Bowling down through the years how to shoot those spares, cover with the ball. There you see it. 69-84, spare, 10th frame approaching. Dana up.
We have Fran Regera here from the Golden Triangle, and we got Glenn Smith here and Charlie Goldfuss from Delfair Lanes.
See,
Got Diane Cushman from Kingpin here.
That's the first time they haven't been around the pocket, Diane.
I think it's getting to them. It's getting down near the end of the game, and they're getting a little nervous. They need to calm down and start rolling the ball nice and smooth again. Of course, you know, this is first time for all of them, and they're a little excited.
But they're anxious to get to school miles ahead. You see me yesterday?
Yeah, right.
You know what can happen, don't you?
I'm not going to say.
I was afraid of that.
Don't ask.
What's his 209 total with
209
with his handicap?
Actually 180 gold.
180 is what it is. Well, Gary had a chance to go home with this one, but he's got a difficult little shot down there, that 310.
Right, the ball will fit between there, so you just need to move cross lane and roll the ball, and you can pick up that by going between the two pins.
In between, and if you make a mistake, you can go outside and with a little
Right.
luck make it.
A lot of luck.
He wants to go in
That's
between. Oh, and he leaves
Almost
the
went
one.
it right in between both.
So the winner in match number 1, what was the total of Gary? 196, wasn't it? So the winner is Dana. Dana will be going against Bob Shoemer right after this word from you-know-what, Pepsi.
Auburn. It's a wonderful old favorite, yet it's also Cincinnati's newest restaurant. Come inside for 8 surprises, because McIntosh's Galbraith offers you a total of 8 different dining areas, each with its own tasteful decor, but all with the same magnificent menu, only bigger than ever now. 6 different banquet and party rooms, too. Indulge your taste at McIntosh's on Galbraith Road, just east of I-75.
Match 2, there he is, the winner of match 1, with a 209 to Gary Gruber's 196. This is Dana Hadden, hoping to go all the way.
Right about now, Dana's saying, I sure am glad that I won that roll-off. He was a little worried during the roll-off they had before.
Now listen to this age, you two, Slammer, Diane. This is Bob Shoemer, who averages 171. 14 years of age, a 9th grader. Look at the way he strokes that ball.
He's got it working. You can tell he's been practicing a lot and learned the right way. It's very, very important.
And all those boys and girls out of Dater Junior High, where Bob goes tomorrow morning, which is out in my neck of the woods, they're going to say, hey, I saw you on television. Boy, what a performance you put on.
Really?
These boys and girls are going to be heroes at their schools tomorrow.
You bet.
Look at that.
What a ball. He is so smooth. Everybody, watch how he's so solid when he walks up to the foul line and when he releases the ball. He's got it all together today.
Diane and pro, you never see the way these youngsters perform, the way they take care of themselves.
Oops, Dana's stuck just a little bit. He's been having a trouble with, a little bit.
Handicap-wise in this one, let's see, 29 for Dana and 23 for Bob. Dana I think he's stuck at the line. He's doing a little Chuck Hacker work on that sole.
Yeah, between the matches, and then he came back to roll his practice ball. He was having problems. He might have stepped in something, and he's getting a little fast, so he's going to take his time, and I'm sure he won't have any more problems.
The 1-2 setup.
There he goes. He's back on track now.
He got to the line a little better that time. He didn't stick. I remember years ago bowling in leagues. Remember the chalk they used to have? Or is that a little before your time?
No, that isn't, because I used to go watch my father bowl, and they used to use it then. So then when I started junior leagues, they were doing that also. We almost carried on the Brooklyn side.
I'll never forget one time I was using chalk. I was sticking, and I put too much on, and I never did stop.
Kind of ice skated down to the pins, huh?
I went 6 feet beyond the foul line.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky, but you can't run. You gotta slow down and take your time and just walk naturally. There he goes, nice cover. No, again, if everyone notices how these kids pick up their spares, because the spares are the backbone of the whole bowling game. You're not going to get strikes all the time. Wish everybody could, but you can't. So you got to learn how to pick up your spares and move them cross lane. These kids are doing a super job of showing that.
We're going for a turkey here. Oh.
Shakes his head on that one.
Bob, I'd shake my head too. I'd be talking to myself coming back.
Really? I think he was.
He says, how in the world did that 7-pin stay?
Oh, the pins just jumped right up over it. That was a super shot. He knew it, too.
Oh, he had that baby there.
He's going to move to the extreme right, shoot cross lane. Oops, dropped it just a little bit, but he got away with it. Dropped it in the right spot. 72 in the second. That's not a bad score, huh, Sam?
It's hard to do to get 72 in a second unless you got a handicap.
Like I was saying earlier, I wouldn't take these kids on. They'd have to give me some pins.
There you see it, 5 pins separating the two right now. A 14-year-old phenom up there.
That's close.
Look at that mixing ball.
He's carrying more on the light hits than he is in the solid hits. He's really swishing those light hits.
That's his secret right there, that light hit.
Yeah, he's got a lot of forward roll on the ball. You sit there and the ball is really rolling when it hits the pins, and that's what's going to cause your pin action. Oops, we almost had a broke one.
The left-hander side.
Yeah, I think he's a little apprehensive about the approach on lane 5.
Yeah, that will make you concentrate a little more on your glide to the line.
Right. He's thinking about it a little too much.
Sam, I think we have found something here with the youth bowling.
I believe we have, Jack. This is fantastic, I'll tell you.
We want to tell our viewers, by all means, get out there now to Milford Lanes for the match next Sunday. And for qualifying, it's Montgomery Bowl next Saturday. Watch these youngsters. Believe me, they make we adults look like has-beens.
He's got it now. These kids, everybody should go out and watch them because you can learn a great deal. You can tell they've all been through the school of bowling. They've got nice foundation of the approach. And any of the kids who are not 13 years of age yet ought to come out and watch because you can learn a lot by watching bowling as well as performing it also. Solid in the pocket.
To a ringing 10. Oh, it's phenomenal. Next, we should say right now, Ron Milliner. Yesterday's total, 685 scratch, 170. How did he get 117 pins with a 685 scratch? 805 series.
Oh, that's terrific.
That was yesterday at Milton. Number 2 was Matt Haynes, 741 with 51 pins. He had 792. There's a little gal, Patty Neese, will be on next week. Her scratch was 636 with 84 pins, 720. And in the runner-up spots were Ralph Goyette with 661 and Tim Weisbrod with 683. There's this boy here, this hammer.
Boy, I'll tell you, he is just all around that pocket. He hasn't missed the pocket yet. How old did you say? Yeah, 14
years of age.
He really rolls that ball super, I'll tell you, Jack. He's fantastic with the ball.
Dana says, I'm going to try that 10-pin this time.
Really? He's getting up to the foul line better on 5. I think he's getting his confidence back again.
Relaxed and forgetting about that left sole of his shoe.
Right.
There's Dana with that cross lane shot. Tries about that third arrow out there, and you see what he does with it.
Just perfect. Cross lane, hit his target, and you get your spares.
The secret of success, they always told me back when I was a little pin boy, when we had the spikes coming out of the floor, the old veterans told me, always shoot that third arrow for your spares and you'll be in the neighborhood.
And it's still true today. You'll find that if you can hit your target and be accurate and shoot cross lane, you can use that third arrow. Now a left-hander wouldn't want to use that third arrow, but they'd use the one on the left side.
On the other side.
Right.
I think Paul Brown right now is watching this program, got his eye on this youngster right here.
Defensive tackle or what?
It's a pretty close game right now with that handicap added in.
There's about a 7-pin spread, according to what he does on his strike. He hit the pocket every ball.
This is Bob Shoemer.
Here it comes.
Oh, wow.
He's just stroking that ball beautifully.
Notice how he's inside, too. Knows what he can do inside. Good roll on that ball.
his timing is super today. He's
Well,
just
Sam, on
perfect.
our way back, and Diane, when we get over here on the Central Bridge, let's stop halfway and drop our balls in the Ohio, huh?
Really, try something new.
Now, when you're 14, you do a lot of things like that, Jack. I'll tell you, he's smooth as silk.
There he goes. I tell you, he's going to be tough to beat.
Hey, Mom, I know you're watching right now. Don't forget, enjoy family bowling Mother's Day. A week from today, May 13th, Mom will be our guest when accompanied by one or more members of her family at all participating BPA lanes. A week from today, Dad, give Mom a break. Take her and the family out. Grandest game there is right here. Dana's going down there and kick that 4-pin.
Right. He's been around the pocket every frame since he got gun shy at the foul line. He's really stroking the ball well now.
Won the roll-off with Don Bryant by one stick, 198 to 197. Don said he's going to take that 9-pin home with him tonight. Oh, he's stuck
no,
again.
He did.
He's stuck again. He's having problems with that left sole.
With the left side.
You notice Dana went down. Now, I wish I had some chalk here. I'd help him out.
Yeah, it's awful hot under these lights, too, and it does make a
Sam,
difference.
now you can bring us up and Diane both. They said at one time that chalk was, that is, modern-day bowling was illegal. Is there any truth to that?
They've kind of outlawed that chalk business.
They did?
Well, some of them spoiled the idea, really.
Just steel wool, I guess they do use.
Yeah, they've come out with brushes that you can use now if you get something on your shoe.
Chuck Hacker's the instigator and the innovator, let's put it that way, of the wire brush on the sole here.
Right, or steel wool works the same, but, you know, proprietors, they really don't like to use the chalk or the powder because then it makes the approaches so slick that you have problems with people falling down a lot of times. And a lot of...
one, but detrimental to the other.
Right, and a lot of bowlers, you know, have a hard time understanding why they can't use it. And it is hard, it really is. But if you wipe off the sole of your shoe or carry a little steel wool with you, it reacts the same, and then all the bowlers are in a lot better shape.
Well, here's Bob, the 14-year-old sensation from out Western Hills way, working on 3.
And what a performance he's given us. Oh, look at that. He's just rolling the ball terrific.
What's his possibility here? About a 317?
282 if he goes out.
282, huh?
I wouldn't like to say 302. It might sound funny.
Boy, he's stringing them, isn't he?
Well, he rolls the ball super, I'll tell you that.
First one in number
Got
10.
another.
Oh.
Look at that. He's just so accurate. He just gets up there, gets himself set, and he takes off. It's just, it's super. When you're locked in, I guess, huh?
He only has 8 strikes.
Oh, that's all. Poor guy. I think I'm going to ask him for some instructions. Hurry.
Make that 9 strikes. 282, Sam.
Right.
One more.
He's just about a week late for the king of TV bowling, I think. He'll be on there in a few years. You wait and see.
I was going to say the same thing. Look for him in a couple of years on King of Bowling. 9 X's. Trying for 10.
I'll tell you, that was just one super game for Bob. He just rolled the ball
Isn't that round of
super.
applause? Isn't that great?
He actually had 259, Jack.
Right, scratch.
Every ball's solid in the pocket.
He left a 10-pin and a 7-pin, and they were both solid.
This is something to behold.
How about that Dickie Freeman last week?
Wasn't he something else?
758, 251, 249, and 258. Fantastic.
I haven't seen Dick yet. I didn't get my 10% cut of that 1,000, did you?
You didn't?
No. Did you get yours?
Not yet. I'm waiting.
Oh, Dana blew it. 200 even. Winner with a 282, 200 even. Bob Shoemer, Bob and Alan Downs after this.
It's called... It's called...
lips?
It's called The Love Boat.
Are you thinking of getting me drunk and seducing me?
Say yes or I jump.
Andrew, I'm pregnant.
Please go back to what you were doing. Chop, chop, chop.
You are in for the fight of your life.
An all-star cast takes a pleasure cruise they'll never forget on The Love Boat.
A Big 9 movie special this Tuesday night.
Sam and also Diane, where do you see this one right here? If we have a half hour, I'll read the accomplishments of Alan Downs. Here was the top qualifier. Scratch, 749. He has 2 pins handicap. Now watch the way this kid gets to the line and strokes that.
I watched him practicing. He's We're gonna have a match. Oh my gosh.
He must have Anderson High School here with him, I think.
I've talked enough. I'll let one of you two read the accomplishments when he's up the next time at Alan Downs. Here's that 282 bowler, 259 scratch. Bob Shoemer, 14 years of age.
He did a super job. He's got...
Oh, break up that 7-10.
Oh, my goodness. He's still in the pocket with that 10-pin. Bob also's got other hobbies. He's in baseball, and I'm trying to read the fact sheet here.
Oh, yeah, we mentioned
and basketball and tennis, as well as bowling. And
tennis.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you find a lot of the kids nowadays are kind of versified in their sports. As well as being super bowlers, they're also good in other sports also. He was a little worried about that one.
Let's ball stay right on that last board about the last 10 feet.
Beautiful roll. Beautiful.
If you want to pick up some pointers, kids out there watching this, watch these two guys. They've got picture-perfect form.
14 and 17. Alan Downs, I guess he's averaging 200 plus in every league he's in. We'll give that to you in a moment. Oh, he got out a little too far, Diane.
I think he's not as relaxed as he was. This is the championship match, and he's a little nervous now. But he's averaging 171. Probably people out there aren't going to believe that from the score that he just bowled. But he's averaging 171, which is super for a 14-year-old youth.
Now, let's see him bring back this 2-4-10. I wouldn't sell him short.
Slide, come on. Oh. All right,
almost kicked over there.
Yeah, it almost did, or it could have kicked out and got the 10-pin. Here's Alan. He's averaging 201, 197, 195, and his highest game is 298. I think he's well on his way for a tour career.
Just watch this now. Watch this boy go to the line. Stays down. Look at that left. Solid 10.
One out.
He's got super extension at the foul line. If next time he bowls, watch that. He's just extended so nice, and he's down low, and that's important. That's one of the keys.
See the instruction he's had.
Right.
One of the kingpin boys, Sam.
Well, I think Davey Hines is really proud of him.
I would myself. He is a scratch bowler right now, 2-pin handicap.
Yeah.
Look at that lift.
He's got super stroke. His career at winning everything began back in 1972. That was pretty long ago, but he's done so much. He's had high series as a Bantam, high series, high average as a senior, 10th place in the nation with the high game of 279 and 76. He's just, and there's a whole list, about half a page long. He had a 223 average, 78-79 for the first place national all events in the National Holiday Tournament, which is not too shabby.
There he
How did that 8-pin stay there?
Really? I think right about then Alan was saying, thank God the 10-pin fell down.
Also, Jackie has a 774 this year, too.
774 scratch?
That's scratch,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he believes in using 2 balls of frame.
You know, Bob in that last game could have very easily had a 300 scratch the way he was in the pocket with every ball.
Gary, who bowled in the first match, is one of Alan's teammates in the traveling league. So they're pretty close. Alan's also a baseball pitcher at Anderson High.
He's got the good size for it, too.
Right. Here we go. There. Bob's back on it now.
You know, we should remind our viewers that everyone they see in the next 4 weeks go to the finals. $500 scholarship to the youngster in the finals and $100 for each week scholarship. And Don Bryant, who lost the playoff by 1 stick to Dana Hadden, Don also qualifies for the finals. Final eliminations.
Also, each week, their first place is awarded a $100 scholarship, and then the grand winner overall will receive a $500 scholarship. So the program not only is for fun and competition and to see the kids on TV, it's also for the scholarships that these kids can win, which is absolutely terrific.
Just the way this youngster stands there, you can see he's a veteran.
Right. He's absolutely right in there.
Don't forget, you boys and girls, next Saturday, head for Montgomery Bowl for qualifying. The match will emanate next Sunday from Milford. Ron Millenier, Matt Haynes, Little Gal, Patty Neese, and either Bob or Alan.
The age range for the kids qualifying. Oh. Where'd that pin come from? The age range is from 13 to 18. So if any of the kids are this age that are watching this program and didn't know about the qualifying, by all means, you know, fill out your applications and go on down to Montgomery next Saturday.
Love those gold shoes Alan's wearing there.
I know. These kids are neat, well-dressed. Just, they're super. They look like pros out there.
Good-looking boys and girls, too. Slide. Oh, that ball got out there.
He got a little too fast with his feet and got his shoulders out of whack and rolled that ball too far out past his mark.
That got out there in no man's land.
Right. Well, that gave Bob an opening to jump right in there.
And he's hot again. He's on that double.
Right.
He's out there too far, but look at him bring it back.
That's one of those I don't believe it shot.
That's exactly what it is. I don't believe it.
Really?
Pocket hit 7.
He had it in there, and it looked like it might have been just a swisher 7 or maybe a solid 10, and then they both stand up there. That was a tough break for Bob.
That is a shame. We've seen that a lot of times this year.
Right, on a light hit, you'll see it more than on a solid hit, unless you go through the nose, which wouldn't be a solid hit. But the 4 and the 6 just kind of wrap around, and then the 5-pin doesn't do his job with the 7-pin. So you see that an awful lot in your lighter hits, especially playing that extreme angle off the outside.
That was a good hit. Look what that does. That gives, as you can see, 89 to 105, that gives Allen a life.
It's going to be a close match.
Does he come back? He sure does with a 5-7.
He got a little leery of getting the ball out that time and kind of went right down where the oil was, and the ball slid a little too much.
I got a hunch, Sam, Diane, he's going to bring this back.
I have a feeling you're right.
He's going to move about a board or so inside a little more, and he'll slide that 5-pin into the 7.
Right. Roll his strike ball.
He may get an exhibition on his shot.
Look at this. Oh.
A little too much of the 5.
A little too much. I thought he was going to have it. Well, the only opens he's had are splits. He had it in the 2nd and the 5th and then the 6th, but all the other times he's either had a strike or a spare. Mostly strikes.
Here's Allen with a life and a chance to get back in the match.
Yeah, he can cut it down to 5 sticks with a strike or a spare here.
He took advantage of that. He had good lift and roll and everything.
Allen is from Anderson High School, by the way. We should mention that. 11th grader. What a future all these youngsters have.
You might want to, right, you might, everybody out there might be wondering, these kids must bowl 80 hours a day. But Alan started bowling when he was 8, and he bowls 3 times a week. And I gave you the 3 league averages that he has, which I bet a lot of people are envious of those. But it does. There he goes.
What a ball.
Well, that's what you say, answering the call there, Jack, with that double. I put him 5 sticks up now. And we have Pete Wagner from Walt Center Lanes here, and then the ex-president just come in, Carl Schwartz.
Carl Schwartz. Oh, is he beaming about these youngsters, huh?
Yeah, he's all grin. Oh.
Should have been, Bob. Bob's running into some bad luck his last 3 frames. 7-10, 5-7, and then a solid 10.
And they're all pocket splits, and that's a little depressing. You don't want to change anything because you know you're there. You either got a little too fast or you hit too much oil or something. So you don't want to really make too big an adjustment or you're going to miss the head pin entirely.
The way they shoot that 10 pin. Nothing to it.
Why they make it look so easy.
There you see it. 89 a double, 114 a spare. And we're into frame number 8. This is the finale, the final match. Don't forget, 4 weeks we're going to have these future stars. In fact, they are stars right now. No sense in saying future stars.
In my opinion, they are.
Hit that 10 pin.
He almost left that again. Whoa. Bob says, but I know how to make this spare. There's no problem.
Bob says, well, I've had enough practice at this 10 pin.
Really?
Jack, they're rolling a Pepsi-Cola balance. You know that?
All right, I'll bite.
More bounce to the ounce.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
A little worried.
Pepsi-Cola can be mighty proud, along with the BPA. And we here at Channel 9, Sam, about what this is going to do for bowling, for the youngsters. And I'm just tickled pink that we had this program. This is an innovation, another innovation. And I think we're going to see it for many years to come.
This is another BPA promotion, Jack. I wonder if I get his contract, I wonder.
I'm talking to him contract. I'm become his agent right after this is over. Here we go, the 9th frame. He's taking the lead. 2-pin handicap to Bob's 23 pins. Hey, this Glenn Schmidt really decorated this place.
Oh, beautiful.
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 Really renovated here. Ringing 10 again.
Boy, that was a solid 10, too. He really took advantage of the opens that Bob had. He missed a 9-pin spare and then came back with a turkey, so he's just been really bowling well.
So technically, he's 15 pins up. 148 to 133 and a 7th.
Math is perfect today, Sam.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you a lot.
Watch him now for this 10.
Oh, he almost got a little faster there. All right, let's see what Bob can do in the 9th frame.
I was waiting with bated breath on that one.
It wasn't gaining ground too fast, I'd say.
Bob says I got to get a strike and go all the way now to become our first junior king.
Really? There's one.
Big one in the 9th.
Boy, they both have such a nice roll on the ball. They're so smooth. They're just nice and slow. And that's a tip for all the kids watching today, is that you want to stay slow with your feet. You want to be deliberate. You don't want to rush it. And with the lights and the pressure here, I think these kids are doing a super job.
There it is, 15 sticks. 10th frame. First one for Bob. Brooklyn side.
Oh, he almost tripped 6.
The old 6-pin wouldn't go.
Bob says, I can't believe I did that.
Little pull.
Yeah. Bob could have went out. He made it very interesting, but he's in bad shape right now.
And Alan's hit the pocket every single time.
I think what really unnerved him were the back-to-back splits, 7-10
Right.
and 3-10.
He's got a possible 193.
What is it, 93?
Right. He gets
That's
off
his
10.
possibility.
So that would give Alan would need a mark in the tens to win. He wouldn't even need a
Bell
mark.
Vogt, the Northern Kentucky District Manager here, Sam. I was going to say, Bell Vogt, the Northern Kentucky District Manager, and Jim Floyd, the Operations Manager of Pepsi, could really be proud of this.
Oh, for sure. They've just, it's super.
192.
Still isn't too shabby.
You had 169 with a 23-pin handicap, giving 192, Jack.
Mm-hmm. Those back-to-back splits did it after he had that 282, actually 259 scratch in the second game. Alan Downs can put it away now. Look at that. There's the shot of the shoes. Gold-plated shoes.
Right. Oh. Oh, there's your winner right there. Alan Downs will be the first Junior King of TV.
There he is. You're looking at our first Junior King. He'll be back next week to defend against Ron Milliner. Oh, is that different?
Like the best ball thing it is, Jack. He goes.
Oh, you go? Oh, is that right? I'm glad you let me know that.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking.
In other words, the King doesn't retain his title.
No, he doesn't.
We got 4 bowlers next week. Then it'll be Ron Milliner, Matt Haynes, Patty Neese, and Ralph Goyette. Is that right?
Right.
I'm glad you let me know here at the last frame that this is going to be. What do you have, a 205 scratch?
Right.
There he is, our first King. And boy, they deserve a round of applause. All the bowlers back after this with the presentations.
After you give her a ring, give us a ring.
Nationwide is on your side. Nice coming on
Monday, it's the Joker Fire.
Filmed in the 60s, Joker and a triple. For $500 and a possible win, what is that measure called?
I hope it's an acre.
It is an acre, and you have $500.
Not hallucinations. It's very real, whatever.
It's the next step beyond.
We're coming on.
It's Jack Lord asking for a moment to tell you about the USO. The USO is the difference between isolation and the comfort of knowing that the people back home really care. So please give as much as you can through your local USO campaign or the United Way. Thank you.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, I do not have enough adjectives to explain and to commend what I have seen here this afternoon. I'll just let you do it for me. How about this bowling? Phenomenal. What you fellas have done to me, the Slammin' Sammy, we're going to go en route back to Cincinnati, and one about halfway in the Central Bridge, we're going to take our balls out of the trunk and drop them right there. Now let's bring out our genial host, because he's just as pleased as Pepsi-Cola as I am. Glenn Schmidt, ladies and gentlemen. Glenn, all yours.
Thank you very much, Jack. And believe me, it's a tremendous pleasure to have these 3 young gentlemen here that have put on a tremendous display of bowling here today, as well as the other 252 qualifiers that we had here a week ago Saturday that were also tremendous bowlers. To the 3 runner-ups, Jack, we have plaques from the Greater Cincinnati BPA which are being engraved, and they will be getting their plaques, and my congratulations to these runner-ups, and I'm sure we'll be seeing them again. And to Alan Downs, Alan, congratulations to you as the Junior King of Bowling, the first Junior King of Bowling, quite a distinction. Also to you, a $100 certificate for a scholarship to be used for your furthering education. Alan, congratulations to you.
Thank you, Glenn. Don't forget, well, before I say au revoir, I want to say right now, Mr. Vogt and Mr. Floyd of the Pepsi-Cola Company, you should be mighty proud of what you have installed here now to give these youngsters a chance to become the stars of the future. Thank you ever so much. As to you bowlers now, watching us out here, qualifying next Saturday at Montgomery Bowl, you boys and girls, 13 to 18. The match will emanate next Sunday from Milford, and all the bowlers you have seen and you will be seeing for the next 4 weeks go into the final eliminations, including our tough luck loser by 1 stick, Don Bryant, there in our roll-off. You've been a wonderful audience. Bowlers, not enough can be said about you. Good afternoon from Glenn Schmidt Lanes. Well done, everybody.